Call the meeting to order at 7 o'clock. Please stand for the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Any changes or additions to the agenda?
I have none.
Motion to approve.
All in favor?
Aye.
Who's second?
Nick.
Consent agenda.
Okay, you have two sets of minutes. One is from the June 10th council meeting, and then the other one's from the emergency meeting we had for that, to declare the emergency on June 24th. You also have the receivables with the up-to-date budget report. And then there's two sets of payables, one from the end of last month and then one for tonight. Sarah, do you have any?
There's a few things to point out, not day-to-day. The annual audit payments are in there, the $6,900. We got a fire, the truck had their testing done, so that's $2,666. Our Northland truck, Sondian, went out for $90,721. The dumpsters we got for cleanup, we ended up, three of them back to 1984-42. And then just some extra purchases from Bigler for parts and stuff, they had to fix some car stuff. So that came to $1,681.72. I know, and I got another one in the mail today, so we'll have another one on for the next week.
Motion to approve consent agenda.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
401. All abstain. I wasn't in both meetings. Public forum? Anyone here wish to speak for public forum? Public forum? Moving on. Notice and communications.
I do not have any.
Council report.
Well, I can make it tougher for you.
I think we'll get there.
Easy, bucko.
You want to start out that way? Anything on council reports?
No. We're still working on some stuff with the, personnel. That's about it.
Ivan?
We're gonna do the ADA stuff here later, as we go over the building uptown.
That's the PDA thing right now?
That's pretty much what we talked about.
Glenn, you're up. Administrator report.
All right. So you have the June reconciliation from the bank, that's in the packet here tonight, and also the cash balance report. We have the yearly comparisons for the golf course in there. Songs in the Park, the most recent event that was scheduled was postponed due to rain, so that will take place this Thursday in a couple nights at 5:30 at the park. And I put the schedule in there so you can see who's coming up when. We did receive the first half property taxes from Waseca County, so that was right around $642,000. What we do with that money is we put some of it into our general fund budget, but then we also use that for debt service payments and things like that. So we'll get all that coded here in the next couple days. The check just came here last week, so. Investments at the bank. You remember last, was it December? We opened up a 12-month CD and a 6-month CD at the bank. The 6-month CD did mature, so we decided to reinvest into it for 6 more months. That way we'll have a CD expire in December and then another one in June. So they're kind of 6 months apart, if that makes sense. Janesville Night Out at the Moondogs was last night. I thought it was very well attended. It was a beautiful night. Moondogs lost though.
Yeah, you didn't buy enough tickets, so there's no
Yeah.
dogs would have won.
And there is a celebrity at the table. Well, your kid is.
Well, yeah. Yeah, my son threw the first pitch out. So he was-
Father of the starting pitcher.
Right.
Yep.
He was pretty excited.
Yeah. It didn't really hit the strike zone, but that's.
It didn't, but we'll work on that.
Well, I kinda threw it on last minute, but
And then also attached would be the, quarter one and quarter two payroll report for the city. And last but not least, the coalition's brief that we get every week is in there, and I was just gonna remind you that I will be attending their summer conference in the St. Cloud area, at the end of July. And that is all I have for administrator reports.
Motion to approve.
all in favor?
Aye.
Jacob, looks like he's here to talk about the golf course tonight.
Yeah.
Sure, why not?
So obviously it's been, far from ordinary first half of the season. It's been wet constantly. But we have managed to maintain our revenues, even with all that rain. Looks like we're 2,000 ahead of this time last year. So pretty happy with that. Expenditures are up, but we expected this. At the moment, the driving range and hole number one were flooded. I'm anticipating we'll have to replant a lot of that, because it's not looking so good, it's not coming back at all, so far anyways. Hopefully I can do the repair work inexpensively and rent a piece of equipment or something, and take care of it myself. At the moment, the driving range is closed, it will be for the foreseeable future, I think. Number 9 south, playing in the par 3, just about all we can do right now. Modify the hole, so we can still have 9 holes. This doesn't seem to stop people from playing. Just continue to be busy. Every day it's nice out. Yeah. Got a busy schedule coming up, as always, this time of year. Fireman's Tournament is this Friday, as well as a food truck on Friday. We looked at the calendar upcoming, we got tournaments every single weekend through August. Yeah. The new mower is working great for us, and doing the job we expected it would, and, yeah, we're happy with that. Then Andrew's gonna help me list a few of our items that we're gonna get rid of on min bid. The old mower, the old workman, there's a really old mower that's been parked outside for years, that we're gonna put on there too, so.
And I'll actually help do that, Andrea asked me today. I've never done it before in my life, so we'll see how it goes.
We can figure it out, I'm sure.
There's gotta be a 1-800 number to call.
And what was that you were talking about?
Putting some items for sale on the min bid online auction.
Joe's done it.
Joe's done it quite a few times, yep, we've done it in the past. Yep.
What type of equipment do you need to rent to fix it? Like a drill?
I'm thinking a slip seeder, something to push the seed into the ground, you know, without tearing it up. I don't think I have to tear it up. Actually today, I talked to Travis Hefner, he worked out there years ago, and this had happened once, and that's how he repaired it. So it's been done before, so I think that's pretty helpful, so. Yeah. We'll see when we can do it though, unfortunately, obviously it's a bad time of year to put seed in the ground, but might have to wait a working on the plan, haven't perfected the plan yet, but.
I do have a question for the golf course, and I'm not sure you can answer it. It has to do with budgeting, and is there a list of the capital purchases, you know, like every so many years you replace golf carts or lawnmowers, or do you have something pre-planned, a regular scheduled plan on that kind of stuff? Because like last year, we had that buffer fence, and the year before with the ball machine, and
Yeah, you wanna speak to that?
Yeah, we are actually updating our long-term plan and our capital plan, so the council will be seeing that probably in July or August. Yep. Good question.
With, disaster declaration,
Mm-hmm.
there's 75% federal money, and Governor Walz said that there would be 25% Minnesota money. This qualifies, correct?
Yep.
And so we're keeping
absolutely.
track
We're
and
keeping track.
trying to, apply for grants for it.
Yep,
Okay.
and once the county declares the emergency and it's accepted, then we can start working on that paperwork. But we are collecting all of the invoices right now, and overtime, all overtime worked regarding the storms is covered.
Do individuals have to come through the city if they have damage from flooding, or is it they have to apply individually?
That, yeah, individually.
It'd be nice if the paper would remind them of that. Thank you, Mike.
And that goes for any damaged equipment during that, like if we had a lift station pump go down or a,
Yep.
I don't know if any of that happened, but I know that
We've probably already spent almost $10,000 on the storm. Renting equipment, pumps, fuel, overtime.
What about our garbage collection for people
That's
who
part of-
had damage? We're going to put
Yep.
that on our, all right, that,
Yep.
that was a follow-up question I had.
Yep.
Any other questions for Jake?
Thanks, Jacob.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thanks.
Old business, number one, accept donation to the police department.
Yeah, Simply Saved Thrift Store has donated $338 to the police department, which we can use to purchase some equipment. So the resolution number 21 accepts that donation.
So move.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Old business number two, extending the state of emergency.
Yes, the current state of emergency that we had with our special emergency council meetings, we declared it through July 8th, which is tonight. I'm going to ask the city council if you want to discuss this and possibly declare it, one more month until our August meeting. In the event we still have additional costs and things like that that we see.
Will that be long enough?
Can I extend it again
I would tell you absolutely extend it.
and look at it a month
Yeah,
from now?
You
We-
want anything remotely flood-related to go on that list,
Could we extend it more than 30 days?
you can.
I would suggest that we do that, and
Okay.
that it isn't an item every month. I would guess, up till November, probably, we should know by then. That's freeze up approximately. We should have most of the data in. Is that acceptable?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Should we say November 12th, because that would be our November council meeting?
That would be appropriate. Do you need a motion on that?
Yeah, it would be part of Resolution 22. I do want to point out, though, that the resolution says until August 12th, so we will switch that to, what did I just say? November 12th.
November 12th.
I would make that motion to amend that resolution to go to November 12th rather than August 12th. And my motion is to pass that resolution.
The only concern I would have is if the federal puts a cutoff date sooner than that.
Then we'll have to adapt.
If we
Right,
have-
right now, it's legal for us to do it.
It is. Let's say in September, or let's say in August, the feds come in, or the county says it's ended, then you guys at your August meeting would then come in.
Yeah.
Or your September meeting would come in and would then close it.
If you look at number 3 on the resolution, It is now necessary to extend the emergency until, we're gonna say November 12th, or unless terminated earlier. So that covers it.
Exactly.
So if we were to have another catastrophic flooding event, does this cover it because it's a new event?
However FEMA declares it.
Okay.
For a new event, we would pass it.
We would have to do this? Okay.
Okay, we have a motion, do we have a second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Old business number 3 is the school resource officer.
Yes, let me grab it here. Oops. Thank you to Sheila Jewison, our school resource officer. She put our current agreement, which expires at the end of the school year, last couple weeks ago. She looked at that and she compared some state statutes that have changed a little bit in the last few years, so Sheila put this together as the new 3-year agreement for our school resource officer position at JWP. 99.99% of it is what was in the current agreement. She just updated a few things, a few phrases, like I said, that are found in statute. So, Chief Johnson and I, we met with Jeremy Erler here a couple weeks ago, went over this word by word. We're all comfortable with it. The school board did vote at their meeting most recently to accept the agreement, so now I'm just looking for a motion for the council.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
New business number 109 North Main Street.
Yes, thank you, Jacob. Jacob did submit a quote for us. I got it on Friday after the agendas went out, so I just placed it on your table here tonight for you. Jacob, I have a quick question. It says the south wall. Okay.
And this is another bid from the same guy? So we still don't have 2 bids? Yeah, we don't do anything without 2 bids.
For clarification though, is this wall, this is 109's wall, correct?
Yes. It is still, it was not a common wall, there were 2 walls that stand beside each other. The wall that's still standing there is still our wall. Maybe we need to look at getting the rest of our wall down.
So this would be a quote to repair our own wall.
Yes.
Okay, this is what we can use. You know, it's our wall. There's 2 cracks in the wall that you can, so that wall probably needs to be taken down.
Probably.
I've got some reservations with this. It looks like we're doing a lot more extensive things than simply stabilizing a wall here. Sandblasting the paint off, taking off tar, et cetera, blah, blah, blah. I don't think that some of these things are our responsibility. I'm not willing or able to pass this without our wall being removed first of all, and then determining what we need to stabilize the wall that's there without window dressing, it looks like, of many of the things on there. So, in light of that, I would like to table this item, remove our wall, and then get bids to stabilize the wall without a lot of the extras.
There is another issue with removing our wall, and that is, there's an electrical service hanging on part of
I don't see that being a huge obstacle to get it on a post and move it.
Yeah, I don't think that's an issue.
But it's gotta be done.
It'll have to be done.
Right,
It
right.
have to be moved.
Right.
But my motion is that we demolish our wall first and then determining what needs to be done for the other wall. To stabilize it, not to enhance it or to improve it. That's not our role. Our role is to stabilize that wall.
Do these walls touch at all? Do these walls have anything in common? Because if we just go and take our wall down, what is that doing to the structural integrity of that other wall? If you're just saying, go ahead and take our wall down, if there's anything that's a common denominator with these two walls, you're going to wreck something of that other wall. Do you
What I've
get what
heard
I'm
from
saying?
different people is it's not a common wall. They're separate, and there's a gap between them,
So
therefore
there's nothing that's,
they wouldn't be.
so there's actually stuff that they're sharing things. Okay.
I don't know, I'm sure Jason will tell us, but I know there's a stack of wall like this on common wall building. It's not fun, I've been through some of it before, with some of my stuff in town.
Maybe what we should do is just table this whole thing, and Clint and I give you guys some options on this meeting.
Yeah, I like that idea.
I will remove my motion.
I'll basically give you a position paper on it, 3 or 4 options.
Okay,
You wanna think about my side too?
Oh, and without question.
Yeah.
We will. I just don't think that we're in a position here tonight to willy-nilly make a knee-jerk reaction.
right,
I definitely wouldn't.
okay.
And Monty and Jacob, I'll keep in connection with you. Mike Danbury had been working with Jacob here a little bit. I was out of town for a while and stuff when he was talking to you, so that's why he was helping with us on that.
So when they tore the building down, why did they leave the wall?
More or less, I would say, because it's probably safer.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say, if you're going to tear it down now, it's gonna be handwork. They're not gonna tear it down on excavator.
Gotcha. Just curious.
So then does he need to get another estimate?
Well,
Do we need to have?
I think we need to wait for Jason's opinion first.
If it's our wall, we should probably get our own estimate.
Yeah, I feel like somebody else needs to look at this wall as well.
Exactly. It's ours to take down, we would be the one hiring the contractor.
Sure.
Well, at this point, let's table it until you can have a list ready by our next meeting a month from now.
Okay.
Okay?
Thank you, Jacob, for supplying this to it. It was an update from the earlier one. I think the last 3 items weren't on the previous quote. Is that right? Yeah. Something like that, yeah. Okay.
New business number 2, we have a portion of the general fund budget to look at tonight.
Yes, beginning in July, we're gonna start looking at different portions of the budget, each council meeting. Before we get going here, though, I do have to ask you, if you notice, there's quite a few red numbers. It's really pretty early on to determine what we're gonna have for insurance costs and things like that, so there are a few things here that are red still. They probably will be for the next few weeks at least. Would the council, maybe in a couple of weeks, we'll have more solid numbers. You notice the column that says 2023. I do have those numbers now. I can enter those tomorrow. Could we possibly have a work session in a couple of weeks? Does that work for everyone? I do know that on July 22nd, the park board meets at 5:30. Would the council want to have a work session at, just say, 6:30?
Again?
Yeah. That's on Monday, the
22nd. One question I do have for you. We did put a 3% cost of living adjustment for this year's wages across the board. Is the city council okay with 3%? Last year was 3% based on the police union contract. We stayed the same with that. The year before was 3.5%, so should we do 3 again?
I'm fine with it.
This is the police contract is, their contract is 3%?
Yes. And actually, they don't, the 2025, we don't have a contract yet, because we have to negotiate that, so.
But for 24, okay, yeah, that's what you're saying.
So you're looking at July 22 at 6:30.
Michael? July 22 at 6:30. Budget work session.
And then we'll review this.
Yeah, if you have any questions tonight, we can certainly go over it, but I just know that when we meet here in a couple weeks, I'll have the 2023 numbers in there, so things will look a little better,
Yeah.
if that makes sense.
New business number 3, release of easement.
Number what?
New business number 3.
Okay, Rolling Acres, goodness. Pearson Acres, number 2. Back in 2022, we platted for Pearson Acres number 2, and in that plat, there was an outlot which was dedicated to the city for stormwater management. That was not needed because the development didn't take place that way, so that outlot is no longer needed. That outlot is actually part of the Sam Bornicky Pearson Acres number 3 area. So Jason and I have been working with Patton, Horson, and Bird, and we are asking the council to vacate that easement for the stormwater management because it is no longer needed. So this document was put together, Jason's reviewed it a couple times, recommend that we approve this, and I just talked to Sam Bornicky this afternoon, asking about when we were going to do this. I told him it was tonight, so I'll give him a call tomorrow morning, if you're good with that.
This only releases that drainage easement on those 10 or 11 lots on the east side of that development. Kind of goes up and then does a little circle. It's only those lots that are already there, that are already platted, or a couple of them that are open. Let's say there are 2 or 3, maybe 4 of them open. But that's the only area that gets released. Those other drainage easements throughout the rest of that outlot remain.
Okay.
So don't be surprised if 4 or 5 years down the road, as that development gets off and has got some more development, that they don't come back and ask for another release.
Now, Andy, can you come in tomorrow and sign this in front of a notary? When you...
No,
No? Okay.
I'll be gone tonight.
Yep.
You're a notary? Perfect.
Oh,
We'll do it after the
perfect.
meeting.
Okay. Okay. And speaking of that, I have to change the resolution.
Yes, we'll have to change this one resolution.
Okay, so we're looking for a motion to release this easement. Release the hounds.
I'd move that.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any more motions?
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor? Oh,
Go. The what?
not that I, that's
Planning board,
nothing on the,
about the,
Not yet, not yet,
not on
No.
our agenda.
The planning commission will resume their public hearing at their August meeting,
Okay.
and then the city council will meet after that.
Well, there was nothing decided at the last meeting. We had to table everything because the data and the information was incomplete.
Right,
I don't
right.
hear so good. Can somebody help me? I'm not sure what you're saying.
Talk about the second, exit and entrance into the Northwoods addition down there?
Yeah, that has to be done in a different manner. We can't do that ahead of, the planning commission didn't address that. We addressed possible alternatives, and we're looking at that.
Yep.
However, it isn't a council matter yet. And-
when it finished up, you were gonna bring something up.
No, the council, the planning commission has to address it first, and as far as the development there, we need more data, more information before we can move forward, so there really is no information for the council yet on that. That's why I didn't bring it up, it's just, yeah, there's no action for the council. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Brian.
We got a motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Alright. 7:29.